Here's a Spurs News Roundup by you, all the latest top news in the last 24 hours or so, all in one place, and a full analysis of every single story. Stay tuned to the end. Hope you're all keeping well. Welcome back to the channel. Let's get straight into them with the top headlines in the last 24 hours. Firstly, the Football Insider report that Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United are both targeting striker John-Philip Mateta and have been quoted a £40 million price tag by Crystal Palace. Dominic Solanke is back in individual training for Tottenham Hotspur after spelled out with injury. Michael Bridges for Sky Sports originally reporting it, and Thomas Frank has confirmed this. Vicario says togetherness and family vibe in the squad can take Spurs places this season. Vicario's official quote is, "I can say we have a great foundations here. I can see it now more clearly. We want to make another step." James Maddison posted on social media saying, "Missing it so much, a long way to go, but I cannot wait to be back out there in that Spurs shirt, man." Here's a look then at the Champions League table following Matchday 1. Tottenham find themselves 14th place, 3 points from possible 3 after one game and a positive 3 goal difference. Remaining fixtures for Tottenham for the October international break are the following. Saturday the 20th of September is Brighton away at the Amex Stadium 3 p.m. Wednesday the 24th of September, Doncaster at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That's the EFL Cup, so the Carabao Cup third round. Saturday the 27th of September, Wolverhampton Wanderers at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium 8 p.m. kickoff. Tuesday the 30th of September, Bodo Glimt away 8 p.m. Champions League. Saturday the 4th of October, again still 2025, Leeds away Ellen Road 12:30 p.m. kickoff, all UK time. That's Brighton away, Doncaster at home, Wolves at home, Bodo Glimt away, Leeds United away. Happy 35th birthday to former Tottenham defender and current Newcastle defender Kieran Trippier. Remembering the legendary Tottenham Hotspur striker Jimmy Greaves 4 years on since his passing, 379 matches he played, 266 goals, an icon to say the least. Happy birthday to Tottenham current defender Kevin Danso. Fiji's report that Real Madrid are interested in Tottenham Hotspur's defender Mickey van der Ven. Spurs value the Dutchman at around £70 million, so 7-0. On this day in 2020, Gareth Bale returned to Tottenham under Jose Mourinho in the January transfer window. Next, Tottenham under-21s beat Leicester under-21s 6-3. Goals from Luca Williams-Barnett, who got a hat-trick because he scored in the 2nd minute, the 28th minute and the 41st minute. Rio Curve-Matten scored in the 39th, 75th minute as well, so Brace and Leo Black scored in the 84th minute, all for Tottenham, and what was a 6-3 win in the end. Thomas Frank spoke about Dominic Solanke in his press conference, saying the positive thing that he's back on the grass. He's been for 3 or 4 days too. It's too early for Brighton and for Doncaster. Thomas Frank spoke about Coach Sakai. Frank said he is very close to training with the group. I'm pretty sure he will train with the group on Monday. Thomas Frank was asked about his leadership group when it will be due. Frank said that will come, I promise you, soon. Thomas Frank on Archie Gray. Frank said, I like flexible players which give us squad depth and different opportunities. I can see him more as a midfielder. He's really impressed me. He played a very good pre-season friendly against Newcastle and was great against Burnley. Unfortunately, we can't play more than 11 players and maybe we can change the rules. Thomas Frank spoke about Xavi Simons and forward options, saying we have a completely new front four, so we're trying to add layers game by game. The strongest part of our game is structure, but how we defend aggressively. We're building on how we can add other forward players in the future. Thomas Frank spoke about Destiny Udogie and Jed Spence, saying I'm privileged to have 4 fullbacks. They're performing at a very high level. Destiny offers his left foot, and as a left back, so that is on-setting more natural for him. Him and Jed are a bit similar, having that physicality and ability to go at all times. Destiny's left foot is important, but Jed with his right is also equally important. That's what he had to say, Frank, on the fullback situation, acknowledging, kind of having 4 good fullbacks. Thomas Frank on Lucas Bergwijn. Frank said, I think he had a good season last season. It laid the foundation for this season. He's going from strength to strength and he has that extra confidence. He has so much energy where we have to tell him not to run in certain moments. More of the deep runs and arriving in higher positions are key. He's learning to be more and more clever in the pressure. We need his enthusiasm. Thomas Frank spoke about Christian Romero, saying I rate him super high. I think he's one of the best centre-backs in the world. It helps when you've won a World Cup and the Europa League, etc. The best perform week in, week out. I definitely see a more mature player and person. Not that he hasn't been that before. He's aggressive when he needs to be, cool and composed when he needs to be. I think he's a great character. He loves his football. He's a boy sometimes with his love for the game, and he trains and plays. He has this focus, which is something that's really important. He's a great character. Frank was asked on whether he looks at the league table already after games. He said, April, let's put it that way. I've looked a couple of times. I'm trying to focus on us and our performances. It's so easy to get drawn into something you can't control. The fans can dream and hope. I do. But I have to stay focused and do what I can to make sure we win tomorrow. Premier League fixture changes for Tottenham then in November. Saturday the 1st of November, 5:30pm. Tottenham will host Chelsea London derby at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham vs Manchester United is now Saturday the 8th of November, 12:30pm kickoff, so midday, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And the game between Tottenham and Arsenal, the North London derby at the Emirates Stadium, which still is taking place on Sunday the 23rd of November, is now 4:30pm kickoff. And Saturday the 29th of November, 8pm, is Tottenham vs Fulham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So that's Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal and Fulham, all 4 fixture changes in November for Spurs. Thomas Frank has spoken about his assistant coach, Andre Jorgensen, and how they have known each other and what he brings to the role for a long time. Frank said, I've known him since he was at Brentford when I appointed him there together with Brentford and the other guys there. We stayed in contact over the years. He had offers a lot in terms of the coaching team. We have 3 assistants, him, Matt Wells and Justin. All 3 bring different things to the table. The big responsibility for Andreas is obviously set pieces, but also culture. Also, we've got a different approach, which I think is important to the group, to ask different questions. Sometimes extremely annoying, and that puts me in a little bit of a spot, but that's good. We need that. I need that. Obviously, on the set pieces, you can see that I think we have a very good foundation to stand on. We can get better, but defensively, we look strong. Offensively, we look strong. Big credit to him, but also massive credit to Sean McManus, our analysis, but also to the players who have really brought into it. Thomas Frank has reopened the doors for Tottenham Hotspur's Yves Bissouma to be reintegrated back into the Tottenham squad. Frank said there's no hard feelings at all, not before, not now, not at all. Train well when everyone has an opportunity. He has just started to run outside, so he's not part of the group, but everything I've seen when I say hello to him and every day with the players, he seems good. Next, Ali Barrett, the agent representing Xavi Simons, says that Tottenham Hotspur understood the players' priorities, with the players sharing Spurs' vision ahead of choosing to join the club. His agent said the key was to clearly understand his priorities and ensure that the club he joined shared his long-term visions. Xavi has a really strong mentality and big personality. Tottenham and Chelsea are both fantastic clubs with solid projects, and there was genuine interest from both clubs. Both Chelsea was always clear with us. They had certain restrictions which made it difficult for them to move forward in discussions. So when discussions came with Tottenham, it became clear this would be the project that would be the perfect fit for Xavi. And I think the discussion he had with manager Thomas Frank was the really key thing to Xavi's decision. Vicario, who spoke about defensive changes that Tottenham's head coach Thomas Frank has made, Vicario said our ability to recognise the different phases of our game has changed, understanding when to press hard and when to cover the pitch better. In general, we're more focused on defending the penalty area, also because we have a better understanding and a clearer understanding of different phases without the ball. TBR Football report that Tottenham are among the number of clubs interested in the Premier League in Atletico Madrid midfielder Conor Gallagher. And last but not least, Thomas Frank has spoke about Tottenham playing the Tottenham way. And Frank said it's extremely important we are brave, we're offensive, and we play forward. So there's your Tottenham headlines then in the last 24 hours. Let's go through and dissect them. I mean, Jean-Philippe Mateta would be a great signing, but at the moment I'm not going to entertain the striker kind of fiasco and debate, if you like. We've got 3 strikers at the club, and I think there's no need to look at anyone else. Good that Solanke's back in training. Hopefully won't be too long. Don't want to rush him back that he gets injured again. I'd rather wait longer for him if it means he's not going to get injured anytime soon again, and we really take that process kind of seriously and not rushing back, which I believe we did recently before. Maddison dying to get back on the pitch, and I'm dying to absolutely see him back on the pitch. I'd say, I don't say easy, because nothing in professional football, and especially the Premier League and competitions that we're in, is easy, but our run from now to October international break isn't bad. It's not easy at all, but having like Doncaster at home, Wolves at home, Leeds and Bodo, that's okay. But in terms of when I say tough games, Brighton away isn't easy, and Leeds away in different reasons isn't kind of easy. 35th birthday to Kieran Trippier. I mean, what a Tottenham player he was for that year or two, and I remember he played a big part for that England team getting to the Euros final, but it just wasn't the same following season. I think he put so much into that season for club and country. Jimmy Greaves 4 years ago. I mean, what an incredible player he was, and we never got the privilege to see him, but you just hear of old Spurs fans talk about him. Happy birthday to Kevin Dancer, reliable pair of hands. I really like the signing of him. I mean, Real Madrid, for me, they can get just about half a leg if they're lucky for £70 million. I don't think we should be letting Van der Ven go anywhere. He hasn't even got to his prime yet. So quick, and for me, he's worth so much more than that. His value's only going to go up and up. Gareth Bale returned to Tottenham. Never really worked under Mourinho. Had some good moments, but I think he's the wrong manager in the wrong time for Tottenham. But it's still definitely worth doing. I mean, it's just such a big buzz around the announcement of the signing and kind of the signing in general. Good to see younger teams doing well. Under 21s winning. I mean, it looks very, very good. Luke Gunter doing very well. I'd argue that he should play against Doncaster. I think other people will suggest the same. Good to hear that Kai's close. Solanke's close from Frank, saying the leadership team will come soon. I mean, he did say it'd be the end of August, so he's definitely delaying that leadership group, which is really interesting, and I'd like to see who is in it. I mean, Frank kind of saying, look, Gray's not going to be in that 11, saying, look, we need to change the rules. It'd be nice, joking that we can get an extra player. But he's right with Gray. I think for me, Gray actually like Doncaster, that type of game, and getting a little bit more minutes. I agree with everything that Frank said. I don't dissect it. Premier League fixture changes in November. I mean, fixture changes always upset the kind of fans, not just Tottenham fans, Premier League fans always think, oh, we have agenda, etc. Basuma, good to hear that he would be reintegrated. I think Thomas Frank seems like he's handled it well. Basuma needs to grow up and stop the attitude, and because he's a good player, and we could need that kind of cover. If the likes of Paulinho, if the likes of Bentancur, we're not going to discuss Conor Gallagher. He's linked to Tottenham every year. It's not going to happen. It's literally as simple as that. I like the Frank sees the Tottenham way, wants to play the Tottenham way. Lastly but not least, the eye-opener is Xavi Simons' kind of agent. He's admitted the interest from Chelsea and said it was between Tottenham and Chelsea. Very rarely do you get this level of kind of transparency, this honesty, and honestly, you've got to. I do anyway, appreciate it. But that's your Spurs News Roundup, right? The latest top news, all in one place. I'm quite tired, I hope you can see in my voice, but I hope I delivered this okay for you. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new, like and subscribe to the channel. Come back tomorrow for the daily Spurs News Roundup. For now, you're up to date. Come on, you Spurs.